Welcome, bow betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke, where we give you the best of MMA cigars, libations, discussions of products. I know Joey doesn't like the product reviews, but we're going to give you some betting advice, some fight predictions for this fight night. Cejudo versus Song Yadong, and I don't mind saying Song Yadong because Yadong gotta know this, versus Henry Cejudo, Triple C, Triple Cringe. What a card. I think this is going to be a very, very exciting, fun card. I don't have everything in order because there was a little problem with my Canva and the design here, but welcome, bout betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke. Sip and smoke. We're not smoking right now. It is freezing outside, so I'm not in the garage smoking. I am desperate for a cigar. I want a cigar pretty badly. I'm watching these people doing the stream. I wish I was actually smoking a cigar, but I don't have that right now, so welcome, bout betters. I'm Roberto. I'm your guy here for the best in MMA gambling, as well as fight predictions. Let's see if we are live here. Let's see if... All right, we are good. We are good. We are good. Welcome, people. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, bout betters. We got it here. We got it here. You know how it is. Everybody knows how it is. Like last week, last couple cards were pretty good. My main picks have hit, people. So if you've been following me, I don't have any premium picks. You don't need a premium channel. You don't need to be part of my Discord here. We give you all the advice. We are clear. We are free. We are not behind a paywall. What you see is what you get. Full transparency here, constantly and always for the past 3 years. You guys are watching other channels, and I know that's fine. I'm not going to diss any channels right now. All I do know is that I had a losing season last year and a losing season the year before, but that is honest gambling. And if you think that we're going to rag on these people. If you think any of these people that are behind a paywall, that are offering you premium picks, etc., if they're that good to give you premium picks, how come they're not rich? How come you're not rich? How come you're still on YouTube looking for picks if you have that paywall and you're getting paid from these folks? You're paying them and you're getting paid, right? I don't see any improvement in any of these channels, any of the what information they're putting out, any of their lives. I don't see anybody in the Lamborghini. I don't see anybody hanging out with Wes Swanson. I don't see anybody on the Fresh and Fits show. I don't see people smoking a cigar, one of the Foundation cigars with Joe Rogan, and those are the cigars he does smoke, which I really want to smoke. I want to smoke the Joe Rogan blend, although I think his blend is the Tabernacle from Foundation Cigars. And so here, let me turn down my Yeti a little bit. I know I'm screaming into this, but yes, welcome, bout betters. Yeah, I'm going to run briefly through this card because most of the fights I'm not interested in, and I'm doing this sooner rather than later. I'm used to doing this like on a Wednesday or Thursday when the props have come out, and then props give me a better understanding of what to bet on the money line, right? They give me an idea of where to go on the money line and what potential outcomes might be, like more specific outcomes, not the win or loss, but how and when, right? Like what round potentially, what is the potential outcome, not of winners and losers, but what methodology of victory are we going to find here? Are we going to find a finish? Are we going to find a TKO? Is it going to be a submission? Are we going to get a split decision? Are we going to get a unanimous decision here? Is there a potential for a draw here, which can possibly happen in certain fights? So we're not going to go, we're going to dive into this here in a moment here. Let's see if somebody else joins the chat, or I could just continue to go just so that we keep the act moving. But welcome, bout betters. Welcome, people. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. There I go. Yeah, I'm the man. I'm Roberto. I'm a dark, even though you can't. Yeah, I mean. The mic's still working. This mic, this is not connected okay, great, but it still works. It still works, people, right? It still works. So welcome, bout betters, right? Boom. Let me go to this route. Boom. Yeah. So we're not going in order here, unfortunately. I don't know what happened with Canva, but first fight out of the gate, man. Hey, Andre Tuffy Feely is a dog and should be a dog on this, because this guy Melquizal Costa is a beast. This dude is a monster, and I know Feely himself is very good, right? Like he's a tested veteran, a staple over there at Team Alpha Male in Sacramento. He is, a must watch, and I wouldn't say he's inconsistent, right? I mean, he's got 24 fights in the UFC. Average fight time is 10 minutes, 37 seconds, and Costa's sort of in the same range. Feely's going to have a little bit longer reach, but Quetzal Costa's a southpaw here, right? Feely is a striker, but he's got some grappling. They both are similar in terms of their output and strikes landed per minute. Striking defense, Feely's, Mezcal, let me say, Melquizal Costa is a little better in terms of his striking defense, which is important here. Similar takedown average, similar takedown accuracy, takedown defense, which is huge here. Andre Feely with a 70% takedown defense, and that's going to be important because he's going to want to keep this on the feet. But you look at Costa's last win against Nurembeke. I mean, that's a big win. I know, like Nurembeke, he basically got a sub in the third round. It looks like Nurembeke had 4 takedowns against Costa. He was actually winning the grappling exchange, but Costa had 2 of them. And it was a low striking affair, but that's a good win there. He lost to Steve Garcia by TKO. Right, Garcia's a beast. We see him, excelling. He beat Austin Lingo, who shouldn't be in there in the UFC, and then he lost to Thiago Moses. I think this is going to be a standing affair, and it's going to be a very close match, which the number sort of reflects. Feely, he's not really stepping down in competition. He beat Cub Swanson last. He lost to Dan Ige via TKO in the round 1. He beat Lucas Almeida in round 1 from TKO, and then he lost against Nathaniel Wood a decision, and he beat Algio before that. So he's been fairly inconsistent. Out of his last 5, he's won 3, and then actually out of his last 6, he's 3 for 3. So he's really a 500 fighter, and this guy Costa, man, is just very dangerous. I'm leaning slightly on Feely here for the experience, and I just don't think he's done. He's a young guy. He's got the fight IQ. He's going to have the reach advantage. He's good on the switch foot. He's seen southpaws before. I'm slightly leaning on him, but I'm not ready to pull the trigger on Feely at all. I'm almost skeptical and scared because this guy Costa is a monster, and that's not to say take anything away from Feely, because Feely is very good himself, but I'm not staying away from this. I think this is a fight to bet on. Anytime we're getting like a coin flip on a fighter here, I'm going to lean towards Feely a little bit because he could wrestle. I don't think he has to. I think he primarily is a striker. And I think he hasn't lost a step. He's not that much older than this guy. Let's see the age difference, right? Let's see the age difference between these guys is, 6 years. Yeah, this guy Costa is a lot younger. So he might, that speed, Andre Feely losing that speed could be the deciding factor here, where he could get lit up by Costa, because Costa's going to keep coming forward. Costa's really mean, and I think Costa deserves that favorite status, just being younger and more aggressive. And Feely just starts slow, doesn't have the best striking defense, as I mentioned before, but I'm not going to pull the trigger. We're going to discuss more and more possibilities in the future, but you can't make a poor decision here betting wise. I think either way, your money is not necessarily secure, but either way, it's not going to be I'm not going to harp on you for making a decision here one way or the other. So I'm leaning slightly towards Feely, and I'm not saying to stay away from this bout, but be aware that it's going to be a very, very competitive fight, where this one might be that split decision. I don't know about a finish here. I think it could go all 3. It's going to be close, and it could be a war. So look forward to that, unless Feely gets caught, man. Feely sometimes is a little chinny, and he can get caught. But I'm leaning slightly on Feely, but it's not by much, right? Percentage winning wise here, it is a coin flip. I'm on 50-50 here, so it is what it is. Next up, we have Adam Fugit versus Billy Ray Goff. I was looking at, not really interested in either of these guys here. Like, none of it, neither of these fighters strike me here. I think it is one of those fights that is a filler here. Man, we jumped way ahead. Is this fight still even on the card? Yeah, I had it on it's different. What's on UFC UFC stats is different than what is on DraftKings. So DraftKings indeed has Billy Ray Goff at -278 and Adam Fugit at +225. I don't have a dog in the fight here. I'm going to say do not bet the favorite here. And do not bet the dog. It's a hard pass for me here. It's pretty easy to pass because I'm not as familiar with these guys, and I just don't have a lot of confidence. I could go look at the fights from these guys. Just not interested right now, guys. We're not doing, there's enough there. There's enough that we have to bet on that we do not have to bet every fight. I don't have really any insight to this, so I'm not going to provide any insight to it. So we're going to ignore this fight and go to the next one. Oh, Modestas Bukauskas versus Rafael Secuerda here. Let me get this better here. Whoa, wait, let me get myself back in there. Right, let me get myself back in there. Right. A lot of people there, I don't know why Modestas is a favorite here. Right? I do not know why Modestas Bukauskas is a favorite here. Do not parlay Modestas Bukauskas here. Right? Rafael Cordero, he's coming off a loss, right? He is a newcomer, right? He lost the TKO versus Ebo Allen, who's also on this card, which isn't saying much. And he lost in the first round via TKO, and that's why people are leaning on Modestas Bukauskas. But Modestas Bukauskas is chinny himself, right? Like, he's chinny himself. I'm not going to invest anything in Modestas Bukauskas in getting the finish here. I'm not going to invest in Modestas Bukauskas in putting him in a parlay here. I would avoid utilizing Modestas Bukauskas in any fashion whatsoever. I would strongly avoid Modestas Bukauskas. Do not parlay this guy, Modestas Bukauskas. Do not bet that -298 money line on him. Don't do it. That's my advice on this fight. It's not even dog or pass. Don't invest a dog. Just pass on this fight. Just don't parlay him. Maybe look at when the props come out. Look at a possible number of Modestas by finish. But again, it depends what kind of numbers that I need to see those numbers before I make a prop decision. But all in all, I'm staying away from Modestas Bukauskas, and I'd advise you to do so as well. Right, blowing through these. Nick Klein versus Mansour Abdul Radik. Is that? Let's see what Mansour Abdul Malik versus Nick Klein. Abdul Malik is a favorite, and deservedly so. The dude's a monster. He's got good wrestling, incredible ground and pound, and I'm leading on him via TKO. I'm not parlaying, and I don't care who you friggin' listen to. If you listen to these guys and you parlay somebody who's friggin' minus fucking 950, you are an idiot. Anybody that provides you that advice is an idiot. And a lot of these dudes on YouTube parlay, put them in a parlay. Don't put them in the long shot parlay. Don't put them, I'm sorry, in the extended parlay. Don't put them in anything. You morons. The amount of points that you get for putting someone at -950 in your parlay is negligible to zero, right? It just isn't, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Don't do it. I'm big into Mansour Abdul Malik because the dude's a monster. Even if he's shorter, he's not shorter than this guy Klein. I don't think he's shorter than Klein. Let me look here, right? Viewing the matchup. Yeah, Nick Klein they're about the same height. Actually, Malik is actually bigger. That's a huge advantage for Mansour Malik. He's also 2 inches in the reach better. They're about the same age. Look at the strikes landed per minute. Mansour Malik is 6 strikes, almost 7 strikes compared to 2 for Nick Klein. Striking accuracy, Klein is at 50%. Malik's at 54%, which doesn't really say much. The strikes absorb. Malik absorbs a lot of strikes, but I don't think Klein's going to be doing anything to hurt him. I think Malik absorbs a lot of strikes because he comes in, he sort of bull rushes his opponents, so guys are able to get off on him. I just don't think Klein's going to be able to get there, right? You look at the takedown average, Klein has got some good takedowns, and I don't know why they don't have statistics on Mansour Abdul Malik. Maybe because he's got that win against Todorovic, right? So he's got a win against a UFC guy. Klein's got a win against Souza. Right, he's got to win against Geraldo Souza in Dana White Contender Series via sub. I don't think he's going to be able to sub Malik. I think Malik's going to have, he's got 75% takedown defense, right? He's going to have the takedown defense. He's going to be able to hold him at bay, and he's going to get Nick Klein is going to fall on his back, try to play his jiu-jitsu game, try to play guard off his back, and is going to get ground and pound and knocked out. So I'm going to see what that number is, and I bet the number on the TKO for Malik is going to be minus. It's going to be like minus 120, maybe even minus 130, 140. So look for it tomorrow. It's going to come out. Jump on it early. Jump on the TKO early. If you could get it close to plus money or even money, I think that's worth the shot there. I think Malik's going to have this one easily by TKO. So that is my pick for this one. Malik by TKO or by massacre. This fight, man, wow. What is this fight doing on the bottom of the fucking card? The UFC, and I'm sorry that I have everything out of whack here. What an exciting fight between Ricky Simón and Javid Basharat. Both guys are must-watch, fighters. Will fight for your money. Both guys will fight for your money. This line is skewed here, right? It is dog or pass, right? Ricky Simón at plus 240 all day, man. I'm leaning on Ricky Simón. Ricky Simón has the better wrestling here, and he's just tenacious. And he's got a chin. Yeah, I get it. Faber caught him one time, a long time ago. Faber caught him, right? But Ricky Simón is the better wrestler, and Javid has decent takedown ability, but I don't think he's fought a wrestler as good as Ricky Simón, or he has. Did he fought Graverly? I think he's fought some decent wrestlers, but Ricky's a different animal. Ricky's got very good MMA wrestling. Javid is excellent striker, good at jiu-jitsu, very well-rounded. I think even better rounded than Ricky Simón. And he's going to have, let's see, does Javid have a height advantage? I think he does, right? Because Ricky Simón's really short. No, they're the same height. Same height, same reach. Similar fight time, strikes landed. Javid is more active, man. He's also more accurate. Right, he absorbs less. They have very, very similar striking defense in the grappling. Man, it's Ricky Simón all day in terms of his takedown and control, and that's all he needs to do to you, right? Yes, he lost to Oliveira. Yes, he lost to Bautista. Yes, he lost to Song Yadong, but he's still a monster. And I get that he's lost 3 times. I just don't like that Javid Basharat lost to Zahabi, who isn't good really at anything, in my opinion. Javid should have outclassed him. I think Ricky Simón is bouncing back. Ricky Simón might be my dog of the week here. He is my play. I think just controlling, it's a 3-round fight. I think he's going to get those takedowns. He's going to frustrate Javid Basharat. Basharat's got a decent get-up game, but I think Ricky, if he avoids the strikes early, is going to be able to hold him down and sneak out and eke out a decision here. Right, I really see Javid, trying to play off his back because he's got great jiu-jitsu, trying to play off his back, getting too comfortable on his back and not getting up, and allowing Ricky Simón to just absorb that control time, do very, control, position rather than submission, which he does. He's not a big submission threat, but he's great at holding people down, and he probably is my dog play at plus 240. Got to make a stab. I think it's dog or pass here. Do not parlay Javid Basharat in this instance here. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It is dog or pass, and it is my dog play of the week here, Ricky Simón, for the upset, and that's what I'm going to call here. So we're blazing through these. A lot of people are going to give you 20 minutes of this and this and that. Guys, let's just bump in these. Let's get to the picks. We are getting these picks out to you. That's the way it goes, man. You don't need to hear all this stuff. You don't need to hear this digression and people just want you to watch all the, hey, come here. We're going to give you the picks. We're going to give you the picks quick. We're going to have another breakdown later on in the week. We're going to go live before the event. We're going to give you our actual plays that we did play. My play last week of Angela Hill, thanks to Sal D'Amato hit, right? Sal D'Amato finally paid off for me. Thank you, Sal. Once in your fucking life, but you still should go to hell, Sal D'Amato. Go to fucking hell. Die a few times, you asshole. Sal D'Amato, the worst fucking judge in MMA, boxing, fucking dog kennel, fucking dog awards, horse jumping, ice skating, the worst fucking judge in all of fucking sports, regardless, even high school sports. There isn't a worse judge than Sal D'Amato. But for once, he gave me Angela Hill and paid my ticket, that son of a bitch. God, I hate him so much. Fuck you, Sal D'Amato. Go into fucking hell. Get the fuck out of the UFC. I can't believe Dana White, I don't know what friendship you have with him. I can't believe he doesn't have you out of the UFC. But if you're judging this fight, you son of a bitch, you better not be judging this fight between Javid Basharat and Ricky Simon, because I'm going to fucking have a little doll of Sal D'Amato, fucking voodoo doll, and I'm going to be throwing pins in that fucking doll so that fucking Sal D'Amato has a damn heart attack when he's over there in Seattle. The fucking Seattle needle, it needs to be going up his ass, that son of a bitch. Although he did pay for me, did get me Angela Hill this week. And then, of course, I had Weili, Zhang Weili the week before, and I've told people for weeks I was on her. I told you to parlay her, but, hey, you didn't listen to me? Fine. I don't really care. Doesn't matter to me. It doesn't hurt me. I'm on my own here. I'm making my own money and need to recoup, right, costs here. So, but my advice is free, and you know how free advice goes, right? Everyone has it, right? Just like an asshole. So, Ricky Simon, my dog of the week, guys. All right. Oh, man, another blazing, incredible fight, dudes. Do not, you sons of bitches, do not parlay João Silva. I don't care if you think that he's going to, because Baghdasaryan gasses, no friggin' cardio. No cardio whatsoever. No fight IQ. Going against João Silva, and Silva should be the favorite because great fight IQ. Cracks. He reminds me of, what's the little guy's name? He ended up going to Bellator, and I should see him in BKFC. He's just a little tank. What was his name? God, it escapes him right now. Whatever. But João Silva is like a person you cannot hurt. Right? It was on tip of my tongue. It was started with a T. Oh my God, I forgot the other Brazilian's name. He was just tough. Just a pure striker. Oh God, it's there. Oh man, I can't get over it. But João Silva is the same. Like João Silva walks through. He's a mini juggernaut. He's a small juggernaut. And we haven't seen a lot of his full game, right? Baghdasaryan can grapple, but he's more of a striker, more of a kickboxer, but overconfident, lazy with his kicks. Lots of talent. This kid, Baghdasaryan, has a lot of talent. This line shouldn't be at minus 675, right? It's going to be a lot closer than what it is. And has Baghdasaryan, was he finished at all? Because João Silva's a finisher. That dude is a monster. He's a monster. Silva, and Baghdasaryan is a monster too, except that he's only good for like a minute and a half. And Baghdasaryan just seems to, if he can't dominate you, he quits, right? Like he's got to win over Lutz. He lost to Kouabo, right? Because he gassed. He beat Souza. I mean, he just, like you look at the win against Jober, a win against Jourdain, Wilson, right? Silva is just, they have very similar strikes landed, right? Silva is younger than Baghdasaryan, right? So great speed, very similar. Baghdasaryan's actually more accurate at 61%. Silva absorbs more strikes, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh man, I keep almost remembering the little Lineker. John Lineker. Yeah, João Silva is very similar to Lineker. Like just a beast, man. You've got to knock that motherfucker out or submit him or he's going to win. And that's going to happen here, right? His takedown defense is 80% compared to 72%, but it doesn't matter. Like on the feet, João Silva is going to light you up. Slowly but surely, he is going to get the KO or the decision win here. And he's mainly a finisher. All KOs in the UFC. right? And in Dana White's Center Series, he got a unanimous decision, but he outstruck the guy. He dominated. I remember that fight. He ended up showing better. It's tough. If he had a full training camp, yes, he's going to win. I mean, Charles Jourdain had 3 takedowns. I didn't know how much control time, but yeah, the second round, he won by TKO. Drew Dober, he knocked out in the 3rd round, right? And he was losing slightly in the strikes. He was getting lit up. I remember he was getting lit up, but it doesn't matter. This guy, Jean Silva, he's a monster, man. He's in the fight nerds, over there. Whether his fight IQ is there or not, it doesn't matter. He's like Lineker. He's a little juggernaut. He's going to come forward. He's going to light Bagdasarian up. I don't know if he finishes Bagdasarian. He should when he's at that number. I don't think so because Bagdasarian hasn't been finished himself. He is a tough guy. Bagdasarian, physically physically a specimen. Like, has all the talent to be competitive here. This is going to be a lot closer fight. If Bagdasarian has changed camps, if he's with a new coach, went and actually trained with some new people, with some different training partners, changed up his sort of arena and people, his context, he will be competitive. This is going to be a lot closer fight than the line has there. So I'm still leaning on Jean Silva, but it's just tough to grab that Silva TKO number when it happens. It's tough because Bagdasarian Bagdasarian is a very tough guy. Young as well, very strong, good striker himself. I just can't get there, but Silva eats at you, man. And I think that he might get a finish here. He might get a finish. We'll see. Check back on Friday when we discuss, or Saturday, I'm sorry, when we're going to readdress these. We'll readjust this stuff. We're going to go back and we're going to talk about these and we're going to talk about our plays. I haven't made a play on this yet. I might pull the trigger on Simone because I don't know if his number is going to drop. I don't know if people are going to start backing my instinct on Ricky Simone and that number is going to drop, but I'm going to bet something today and then I'll bet something further in the week too, and double down more than likely, or cash out. We'll see. That's why it's important to hit the notification bell, subscribe, pay attention to what it is I'm doing, and then because I'm going to give you the information of what I'm doing, and you could do with it what you will. So I'm with Jean Silva. It's going to be closer than I don't think he's going to get the finish, but he might. He might get the TKO. It won't be a sub. I think he could TKO Bagdasarian. Bagdasarian is really tough guy, but for sure Jean Silva. I'm just leaning that side without a doubt. We're halfway through, people. So if you've made it this far, you are a bout better. Thanks for coming on in. Keep, again, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I've been going live doing product reviews, smoking cigar reviews. We've been doing beer. Actually, I'm not drinking any beer. I'm not drinking any alcohol anymore for the time being. We've been on a little hiatus from that, and it's been a good 40 plus days. I'm not counting the days. Who's counting the days? But we've been on a little hiatus for the drinking, but that's not to say we're not drinking tea. We can't review coffee. We can't talk about other things here, people. There's always something we're talking about. And Ian Cutelaba, one of my weirdo fighters, I had the pleasure of observing the animal in real life. And Cutelaba might be one of my other dogs of the week. Just because Ian Cutelaba, for the first round and a half, is going to fight for your money. He is dangerous man, right? I get that Ibo, has that elan, has that win, right? He's just untested. Cutelaba is so inconsistent, not particularly great at anything except for smashing, right? Aslan has lost only 1 fight compared to Ian Cutelaba's 10. Right there, Ibo Aslan has that height advantage, right? He's got a slight reach advantage, but Ian Cutelaba is a southpaw. They're similar in age. Aslan is like 3 years younger. Strikes landed. Wow, Aslan, man, he's very busy, but not at level of the competition that Ian Cutelaba has faced. Right, he's faced better competition. Right, their defense. That's where Aslan is going to serve him well. 64%. And that's why he is the favorite here. Just better striking defense. But he absorbs a lot. He absorbs slightly more, one strike more than Ian Cutelaba. And the takedown accuracy, Cutelaba should use his takedowns more. He should right out the gate wrestle, do some ground and pound, but when he does wrestle, it wears himself down. He wears himself down. He's only got 50% takedown accuracy with 75% takedown defense. He's got that win against Asian. He's got a loss against Leans, win against Bozer. I was there at that place, and then losses to Zechuku and a loss against Walker. I'm on Ian Cutelaba here, and I'm going to take him that KO probably in rounds 1 or 2. So we're going to see what they're giving me there for possibly getting the KO plus 1 or 2. He's got the experience. He's got the killer instinct. He's got to know that his name is. You know what? He's always fights for his money. I think Dana doesn't mind him as long as he doesn't beat up anybody in the hotel room, which he's always looking to beat somebody up. Like Ian Cutelaba, I mentioned this in my weirdo content here. This dude walks around wanting to scrap. His life he's not about I'm an athlete, I'm an MMA fighter. The dude's a fighter. He's a violent person. He's not normal, right? There's something wrong with him, right? Like when Rampage told the kid, this kid, what the fuck's wrong with you, right? With not Sage Northcutt, when he was with fucking our little guy here. Look at him. I'm not even smoking pot. I haven't smoked pot in years, and I still have no memory. My short-term memory is gone. But I'm on Cutelaba. Another dog play here for Ian Cutelaba. I think he could get the knockout the first round and a half. Right? They're going to be in Seattle. It's not quite the the apex. Cutelaba is going to be more accustomed to the bigger fans, and he does well in the big crowds. Right? He's always going to scrap for your money at plus 145. I got to jump on him right now, even though Ibo's probably a better athlete, has a better record, probably has a speed advantage. Cutelaba, very poor fight IQ, wants to brawl, gets hit too much, is at risk of underestimating Ibo Aslan. I still think that Ian could maybe coax him into that phone booth, that brawl out the gate, runs away with it in the first minute and a half via TKO, and that's what I'm playing. Ian Cutelaba with my another dog play of the week, and let's see, man, because the guy's a monster. There's something wrong with that guy. There's something wrong with Cutelaba, believe me. He's one of those people. He can end up in jail or killing. Something's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't think he's on drugs. He doesn't need drugs or alcohol. God forbid this guy's drinking, and I've seen him drink. He was actually very pleasant when he was drinking. He was drinking beer and he was fun with people. God forbid this guy's on drugs or alcohol, because I wouldn't want to be there. I wouldn't want to be around him, because he has the potential, besides winning this fight, he has the potential of being in jail someday. That's for sure. Next up, we have, how do you pronounce that? Nurulton Rozubiev versus Eric McConnell. And I'm thinking Rozubiev is a potential parlay piece at minus 286, and that's going to skyrocket. I think he's just the better. He's going to starch this guy, right? I think that he's going to Eric Mokonico is going to have a hard time against Rozubiev. He's methodical. As a parlay piece, can he get a finish? I'm not certain. I'm not as aware as this Mokonico that well. Let me see. Where's my UFC stats window? Yeah, there's my window there, guys. Right. I'm just leaning on. How do you pronounce his name here again? For the 5th time. Rozubiev. Nursultan Rozubiev. I'm leaning to him big time, man. Big time. Although Eric McConnell's a southpaw, he's slightly younger. We don't know a lot about this Eric Monokyo, but look at his Rozubiev loss to Joaquin Buckley, right? But a unanimous decision against Buckley, so he went the distance with Buckley. Buckley had to wrestle him. with 4 takedowns in that fight. He beat Saric Dumas, right? He knocked him out, and then he knocked out Bruno Fiera. Yeah, I might lean on Rozubiov by TKO, right? This guy's a newcomer. Rozubiov has been there with the likes of Joaquin Buckley, who's a contender right now. So even though he lost, he went all 3 with him. You know, it's his fight to lose, and I think he's going to TKO. And you could potentially, I'm going to lean on the TKO from Rozubiov, taking, you know, depending on what the number is. And then I'm also would parlay him, although I don't have any parlays, haven't played any parlays in some time, right? I haven't played too many parlays at all. But if you're going to parlay somebody at that minus 300 number, I think this guy's going to run away with it. So I'm on Rozubiov by TKO. I don't think Eric Mikonico is going to have any answer for Rozubiov striking. Super accurate, super accurate, very dangerous, right? His career statistics, strike, he only lands 3 per minute, right? 43% accuracy. He's got 100% takedown accuracy, which is very interesting. Strikes landed per minute, 4 strikes per minute, almost 5 strikes per minute. Not the best striking defense, right? But still, I just gotta lean towards him getting the victory here. And of course, Vegas agrees with me. So almost finished, guys. Again, please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments section. Welcome, Bow Betters. If you've just arrived, hit the like button, comment, share this with somebody. Let's see, come back towards the end of the week. We're going to make some other plays here. Okay, this is another one where it's tough to I don't trust Alonzo Minifield. I'm not a big Alonzo Minifield fan against Julius Walker here, but Julius Walker is a newcomer. I don't have faith in Alonzo Minifield. He's always I wouldn't even say Alonzo Minifield is must-see fighting, right? He's 15-5. This guy Walker's undefeated. We don't know much about Julius Walker. I didn't watch any of the film on him, study. I have to admit that. But we know Alonzo Minifield. The dude's a monster. I might almost, I need to do some more research because I have no faith. Do not parlay Alonzo Minifield. I know this guy's a newcomer, Julius Walker, but is Julius Walker? Is he LFA, dude? Where is he? He is a champion in one of the smaller circuits, one of the smaller promotions. So I just don't trust Alonzo Minifield. I don't think Alonzo Minifield is a very well-rounded fighter. I don't think he's particularly good at anything other than his power, and I don't even think his power is like knockout. I mean, like, completely knock your brain to Jupiter, like, kind of power. It isn't. I don't like his grappling. I don't like his striking defense. I don't like his movement. I don't like his cardio. What I would do is I'd research this guy, Julius Walker, take a look at what he does well, and this is a dog or pass. Do not parlay Alonzo Minifield. I think it's a dog or pass. I wouldn't risk or have confidence just because Minifield's a big guy. Everybody assumes he's going to TKO everybody. He has to be one of the most disappointing people in terms of TKOs, right? I get it. Most of his victories are TKOs. He's got a guillotine win, unanimous decision win, right? He is 3 wins out of his last 5, right? But Misha Serkinov, come on, via TKO, that says nothing. He beat Jimmy Crute via sub, that's something there. He beat Dustin Jacoby, that's good at a unanimous decision, right? He did get 1 takedown. That was a close one. I remember that being a close affair. It didn't, because look, Dustin Jacoby had 93 strikes compared to 68, right? And I think they had similar control time, right? I don't know what the refs were thinking here because Dustin Jacoby I thought Jacoby won that. He had more total strikes and he had more significant strikes. I think he was robbed. It wasn't Sal D'Amato, that son of a bitch. Was this a split decision? No, it was unanimous. Unanimous decision, and Sal D'Amato was there. Sal D'Amato, yeah, these sons of bitches all had it 28-29 for Alonzo Minifield against, and I had Justin Jacoby in that fight. I had Jacoby over Minifield, and I felt like he won, but obviously I was incorrect, and that's why I wouldn't bet Alonzo Minifield. But that win over Jacoby and staying in there with Jacoby, but I disagree because he was out punched. So, but it's a good win. Nonetheless, it's a very, very good win if you could beat Dustin Jacoby to a decision. But he lost to Carl. He got knocked out by Carlos Uberg. Uberg's overrated, just like Minifield, right? Amzat Murkernov, he lost to him via TKO as well. I'm telling you, man, if this guy Julius Walker, Minifield is not good at all. This is a dog or pass situation, especially if Walker has some knockout power and if he has some speed, like good movement. I regret not watching it, and I admit that I didn't watch tape on Julius Walker. But if he does have movement, have knockout power, it's dog. This is dog or pass. Do not parlay Alonzo Minifield. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't let your friends do it. Don't do it. Alonzo Minifield is there as fodder. He's UFC fodder. He's going to stay and he's going to be able to fight, but he's fodder, right? Next fight. Oh, did we jump the gun on the main event? Before we get to the main event, let's start with this one and then we'll go back, right? Man, this is another instance, man. It's dog or pass, right? I think that Brendan Allen could definitely cover that plus 225. You know, very, very good fight. Very good fight, guys. This is not... I'm glad that it's the co-main event because both these guys are surging, right? They're, even though, Brendan Allen lost to Imavov, right? Anthony Hernandez beat Piera, right? Grappling. He beat Kroloff. He beat Shabazian, which is not really saying a bunch. He beat Barrialt, which is a good win. A good Josh Fremd. He beat Fremd, which is an okay win. But losing to Imavov is nothing. As we just saw the Imavov, Brendan Allen, like Imavov's in title contention, right? He just defeated Israel Adesanya. So that win is good, right? He beat Chris Curtis finally again. He beat Paul Craig, beat Silva, and he beat Muniz, right? So before that loss against Imavov, he was at a four-fight win streak. So he's won 4 of his last 5. And Fluffy, Anthony Hernandez, has won 5 of his last 5. So this is a very good fight. I do not know. I think it should be even money. And when it's even money, when I think it should be even money, you take the dog. I got to take Brendan Allen at that plus 225. And I don't care if people say, don't make a value bet. A value bet. Yeah, I'm making a value bet, right? Like if all possible outcomes, if I think it should be 50-50, if I should think it should be a coin flip and it should be 50-50 and the odds makers have it, one guy at plus 225 and the other one at almost minus 300, I'm taking the guy at plus 225 because it's a better value, better bang for my buck. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not telling you to do that. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take Brendan Allen here possibly, and I hope that you guys continue to pound Fluffy Hernandez here. Continue to pound him, right? This is going to be a close fight, right? I think Fluffy has the better striking. He has the better MMA wrestling, but I think Brendan Allen might actually have the better jiu-jitsu, right? And Fluffy can, it can be taken down. And he also plays off his back a little bit too much. He stays there too long. Brendan Allen does the same thing too. Right? It could be who's ever having the better position might end up getting that submission. Both these guys could submit each other very easily. I think Brendan Allen has the better jiu-jitsu. I think Anthony Hernandez definitely has the better striking, the better hands. But they both mix it up. And I think that we're going to see this as just an ugly back and forth reversals, back and forth jiu-jitsu attempts, but dirty wrestling. Dirty striking and dirty wrestling because Brendan Allen does not want to stay at distance with Anthony Hernandez because he will get eaten up, especially with the kicks, right? He's got to wrestle. And if he doesn't, maybe this is one where you live bet. Like if you see that Brendan Allen, like you might not get the same number with him though. Sometimes live betting is tough because you're not getting a good number. You're getting a good number on Allen right now, right? But then you could also buy out potentially. Like maybe Allen does really good in it's just tough to that part of playing live betting is give and take, right? There are instances where it's going to be worth your money to live bet, but all things being equal, where I think this should be the line skewed on behalf and for Anthony Hernandez, I really think that it should be a lot closer. And because of that, because I think it should be almost even money, I'm going to favor Brendan Allen on the betting side. And on the fight side, I know that Anthony Hernandez has those advantages. But I'm gambling. I'm gambling that Brendan Allen shows out, controls the grappling exchanges, does enough damage on top, right? Potentially gets the submission, but just controls, right? Keeps that position and continues to wrestle and keep Anthony Hernandez on his back. Might be a boring affair like we saw with Qatar and Frias or whatever his name was last week, where one guy's running around the whole time, the other guy's trying to cut him off. This might just be a boring lay and pray fight. It might be that for both guys, right? It could be that way for both guys. Like Hernandez, once he's get control, he'd be smart to keep that control, wear Allen down, and then when the fight starts on the feet, kick Allen's legs out, right? So this is a good matchup. A lot of good fights on this card, guys. The Andre Fili's in a good fight. Let's go up and down the card before we get to the main event. This is actually a very good fight night. We don't have Rob Font anymore, right? Let me get to DraftKings because UFC stats is not updated because there were a lot of cancellations. So Modestas Bukauskas, Rafael Cerqueira, stay away from. It's not even dog or pass. Look at Bukauskas. As I've done this, he's already at minus 305. You know why? Because people are idiots and they are parlaying him. And I hope you all fucking lose your parlays. I hope your parlays are crushed by Bukauskas and by Cerqueira, and he gets that win. And look at he's still minus 950. Did he go up? Where did I have Abdul Malik? Did he actually go up over the day, over Nick Klein all day? But let's wait for the props to come out. That's going to be an exciting fight. I'm excited about this Mansour Abdul Malik. Tough guy, great ground and pound. Man, what is Ricky Simone and Javid Vacherat doing down there? Why is fucking Adam Fugit and Billy Ray Gulf fighting after them? But that is, it should have been, just horrible. It should have been, down the card near the co-main event. Could have been the co-main event, right? It could easily have been the co-main event. These guys, both are really good fighters. It wouldn't be because Ricky Simone's coming off some big losses, and Javid Basharat's coming off a loss. I get it, but very, very competitive fight. Adam Fugit, Billy Ray Golf, don't know enough about him. So I'm going to stay away from that. This fight, Costa Fili, is in the perfect spot, right? It is going to be a very competitive match, right? Again, it should be like a 50-50 match. I'm leaning slightly on Fili, but I'm not going to the gate with that money. I'm not going to the teller with my money on that one, really. Fair. I'm going to stay away from it, in fact. But a lot of good betting here. Oh my God, look at Razubiov. I mentioned that he was at minus 280. Good parlay piece. Now he's at minus 300. Fuck it. Against Moconito. Just forget about it. You guys, what's happening is people, are just blasting these parlay possibilities, right? People see a favorite and right away they just jump on it, right? They just jump on it. And so we see some line movement right out the gate. But we're going to see what the number is for Razubiev to be a finisher. But that's going to be another good fight. Actually, I don't think it's going to be a good fight. I think he's going to dust fucking Eric Monoconico. I could be wrong, but I think he is going to dust him, right? So come on. Something is wrong there. But, we could go back. I forgot that I could actually just look at my own friggin'... I don't know what's wrong with... DraftKings right now, what the deal is, but we're gonna go back. Boom, right? Minifield, Julius Walker, stay away from Minifield. Do not parlay Minifield, you idiots. Razubiev, Minifield, and then we come to the finale. Another fight. I do not know why Song Yadong is a favorite, like a minus 285 favorite. Is he still a minus 285 favorite? If he is, he shouldn't be. Right? I do not know. Why isn't that? Let me close that window altogether, and then another one. Cejudo still is a tactician. His fight IQ is really, really advanced, right? Like, he is a war general, right? He's very smart, knows how to play the game. Has only been another person that shouldn't be taking. He's making the same mistake that Adesanya is, like doing these fight night things. He's stepping down to allow somebody. He's playing the gatekeeper here, and it's a big mistake for him. But his wrestling is so good, right? Song Yadong at minus 270. Henry Cejudo is plus 220. And look, even Hernandez, Fluffy Hernandez is minus 298. So he is in that 300 range, plus 240. Oh, no, they have Ron Font versus John Matsumoto. I thought I was going to make one of those, and that's back in here. Rob Font's back in here. And that's funny that Rob Font's in a tough matchup there, too. But I'm leaning on Rob Font a little bit because the other dude's coming in on short notice, I believe. And that's tough to do against Rob Font. Like, solid boxing, not the best jiu-jitsu, as we saw with his buddy Calvin Kattar. Both guys are not well-rounded, but solid boxing. But going back to solid boxing, Song Yadong. If Henry Cejudo does not take this down, if he does not get this to the ground and control Song Yadong will easily win all 5 rounds, right? Easily. He's very strong. He's got a good get-up game. Not the best takedown defense, but good enough. It's serviceable takedown defense. But Henry Cejudo is a different breed, a different level and caliber of wrestler. And Song Yadong has faced like that high-level wrestler before, right? I mean, he's lost. Did he lose? Yeah, he lost to Divashili his last time out. But so did Henry Cejudo. Actually, Henry Cejudo lost to Divashili. Oh no, Song Yadong lost to Petr Yan, but I think Yan wrestled him, right? Yeah, two. It went through decision. Yan had 2 takedowns. No, he outstruck him, actually. It was pretty close. Very close fight. Total strikes, Petr Yan 129 to 217 of 217. Song Yadong 104 of 192. Significant strikes, Petr Yan 99 of 183. Song Yadong 86 of 172. Very similar control times. Like Song Yadong actually got 1 takedown for 8 attempts and a minute of 40 control time. So, but that's Petr Yan, right? And we know that Petr Yan is still up there. He's still a fantastic. Song Yadong knocked out Ricky Simone. He lost to Corey Sandhagen, right? He knocked out Marlon Moraes. I don't think he's going to knock out. I think that flash knockout that Henry Cejudo received from Dominic Cruz was like lucky, right? But he's on a 2-fight losing streak, but the 2 previous champions, he's only fought champions. He's fought, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 champions and championship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 belts and 6 championship fights, right? He hasn't fought a bum since Wilson Reese, and that was in 2017. He lost to Joseph Benavides, but he redeemed himself in 2016, right? And then he lost to Demetrius Johnson, and he redeemed himself in 2016. I remember Formica. If he beat Formica was a monster. So he's only faced like the best of the best, right? Since Sergio Pettis. He beat Sergio Pettis in 2017. He's only faced the top competition. So, I mean, this is one of those instances where I think it should be a lot closer, and it might be an instance. I'm skeptical. I'm not there. I honestly have never placed money on Henry Cejudo, but this might be the first time I do. This might be the first time. I'm not at the window yet there. I'm clutching my money. I'm clutching my pearls. I'm not there yet, guys, but I think this should be a lot closer. There's no way Song Yadong should be a minus 285 against Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo's not done. Yes, I know he took that break. Yes, I know he's coming off of 2 losses. But those 2 losses were against Merab Dvalishvili, where Merab schooled his ass. Schooled his ass with 5 takedowns to 1. How much... but Song Yadong isn't going to take him down. Yeah, Merab had 4.5 minutes of control time. Against Aljo, we saw what happened there, a unanimous decision where it was similar in terms of control time, right? Aljo just outstruck him. And Song Yadong could do that too, but Song Yadong has to be willing to get up, right? Aljamain Surrey had 4 of 15 attempts of takedowns, and he landed 4, right? 15 attempts, and he landed 4. Cejudo was 3 of 8 for 5 minutes of control. Sterling had 4 minutes of control, right? So they could have been a little closer. That was a split decision. Was Sal D'Amato there? Was fucking Sal D'Amato? Herb Dean was there. Derek Cleary, Mike Bell, and Eric Colon. Yeah, no Sal D'Amato, but it was a split decision loss that Aljo had, right? So I got to lean on San Henry Cejudo. I'm not there, but I'm almost willing to go there. I'm almost willing to go there. So if you took my potential dogs, Brendan Allen, right? Brendan Allen, Nana Feely, Ricky Simone, right? You don't even have to bet these guys in a parlay. And then Henry Cejudo, man, if you took a 3-pick parlay and you just put $10 on that, your winning is $354 profit. You're going to be at a plus 3,500, right? Although you don't have to parlay them at all, right? You could, it might be a good Trixie, right? Might be a good Yankee play on the round robins here, right? Might be a decent round robins play here between these people. Where on the money line, you can put each of them money line. Let's just put like $10 on the money line. Just say we're putting $10 on the money line right here on each fighter, right? $10 on the money line on each. So that's $30 on the money line. We'll do, so all singles is 10. 3-pick parlay, we're going to put $5. And then the 2-pick round robins, we'll put $3 on each. For a total of 7 bets for $44. Your total payout is $340 for that. You know, that saves you a little bit. Rather than spending the 10 just on the 3-pick parlay, right? You're getting all potential here. You know, you're doing the Yankee on the dogs. And this is a card where we can do a Yankee on a dog. Dog plays like money line, $10 on each of them. Just for example, $10 a piece on the money line, $5 on a 3-pick parlay, and then 6 bets, is it? No, it's 3 bets at $3, a 2-pick, so it's another $9. So $44 total to win 340, right? Not horrible, but those are my dog potential plays. I think I'm going to be at the gate for Ricky Simone. People are already hitting him a little bit because he's now at plus 235. Early this morning, he was at plus 245. So some points, people are already putting money on Ricky Simone. I think he's going to be a lot closer. I'm going to put something on Ricky Simone today. I'm not there yet with Brendan Allen, and I'm not there yet with Henry Cejudo. But I think those are 3 dogs worth the play this week. Fights to look at, fun fights to check out. So, hit me up towards the end of the week here. If you've made it this far, you are about better. Everyone, glad that you've made it here. Let's see, was there another potential bet? No, there wasn't another potential bet. We made it through though. We are at nearly the hour mark. Excellent. You don't have to spend a lot of time with these people. I'll see if I'll put up some markers for you guys to utilize, but those are my 3 dogs potential plays. My main play is going to be Ricky Simone. I'm going to get on Ricky Simone out the gate, and I love me some Javid Basharat, right? I've been winning on Javid Basharat he's been a moneymaker for me, and I've bet money against Simone, but this week I'm on Simone. I'm looking at Allen. I might be willing to take the risk on Allen, and I might be willing to take the risk on Cejudo. If Cejudo loses this, he should retire. Brendan Allen might not necessarily do it, but he should consider it. But I'm definitely on Ricky Simone. It's going to be a tough fight for him, but I think that he's got the tools of wrestling to do it. Guys, if you've made it this far, you are about better. I appreciate anybody that comes into the stream. Please comment. Let me know what your picks might be. Like and subscribe. And following week, come at me. Tell me what I said was wrong. Flame me up. Troll me. I don't really care. We're here for it. If you've made it this far, you are about better. Well, goodbye, about betters. Good luck this weekend. Those are the plays. Good night. Good luck. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Come and see me towards Friday. We're gonna go live on Saturday as well. But good luck on whatever your plays might be. Let me know in the comments section what you're doing. And we are out.